All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call today for Open House Marketing, where we are really going to be going after listings and buyers as well. So, welcome to the call. Yee, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's not 110 degrees, so I feel
Not
good.
yet. Not yet. It will be soon enough.
It was this past weekend.
Yeah, it was over 100. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Although I tell you what, I
glad
can't wait
you
for it to get to 100 again because it's a
right.
little bit cool in the evening.
Mhm.
But that's okay. No problem. All right. So in this call today, we're going to be talking about how open houses are really a showcase, not just for doing an open house, but it's a showcase to show other homeowners in the area how
Yeah.
you get homes sold. So we're going to, of course, generate buyer leads. We're going to be able to meet people. We're going to have a great event. We're going to talk through all of that today. But I want you to be really thinking about this as a way for you to show the local area homeowners how you get homes sold so that when you are marketing this and you get more homeowners coming through, we got clients that are getting listings from their open houses. And so, Karen, Samson Properties, welcome.
Oh,
The
nice.
Dustin Fox, I believe,
Yeah.
right? Dustin Fox down there at Samson Properties in the Maryland area. I'm not sure if he's in that office or what, but I believe he is with Samson. Awesome stuff right there. All right. Yee, anything else we want to mention before we get going?
Well, the idea of just doing open house, that mentality need to change because you really showing your skill, right? So
Yeah.
everything what you do from marketing it to prep to conducting the open house is gonna present that overall, skill.
Right.
Because people see what you're doing. They're like,
Yeah.
"Can this guy actually sell a home? Can he attract the buyers? Can he engage in conversations?" I mean, you are standing there really essentially creating that image, and
Yeah.
people notice it.
Yeah. 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 And I'll tell you, Gordon, I didn't talk to him today about this past weekend, but two open houses in a row using the listings to leads training for both marketing and doing the open house,
Mhm.
multiple buyers with homes to sell. He has a $1 million listing coming through in June from what we're going to be, in part, what we're going to be talking about today. And I think we actually got even more great stuff because I actually came up with the idea, and I'll talk about it, which is, and Cindy, you tell me what you think about this. I want you to look up all the expireds, all the FISBOs, all the cancels in your area, and I want you to use the nearby homeowner letter to invite them to your open house because, with the clients that I work with directly and they do the open house way we're talking about, they are getting listings from the open houses. And they're getting listing opportunities from almost every single open house. And that's what we want. We don't want, I don't want to have to pay a company to do marketing for me and not really promoting my brand. I want my brand, I want my reputation out there as the person that works harder than everybody else, because when you work harder and smarter than everybody else, the business is going to follow, and it's really not that hard. It's actually very repeatable. In fact, Gordon, he did 4 open houses this past weekend and last week because it was working so well. So he was like, he's like, I'm just going to keep my foot on the pedal with this until I get a big enough, you know, uh, kind of a
Pipeline.
pipeline, so
Yeah.
that then I can pull back a little bit and not have to do, 1 or 2 open houses every single week, but maybe 1 or 2 every month because my pipeline is now built up with
Right.
short-term business, with active business. But in the beginning, if you're not closing one transaction a week, you're going to want to do this because this is what's going to bring in the buyers and sellers to you, and where you get to meet them, they get to see how amazing you are. And if you follow what we're going to talk about today, they are going to be absolutely floored with how you are so different from everybody else. And hopefully they go to multiple open houses. Hopefully
Right.
they go see the other agents and they see how they do their open house. And when they contrast that with you and how you're doing it, it's going to be hands down. And like Gordon, you are going to be getting more deals. And I know Nelson. All right, Nelson, love to see you, man. But with Karen, right, this is something that Dustin started out doing with listings to leads and helped him grow his business. to where he went from a single agent with his wife to a 24-person team doing multiple, like tens of millions of dollars a year in sales.
Actually,
And
43, let me correct you.
I'm sorry?
43.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
So
turn your open house into a lead magnet. Lead magnet, sorry.
yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly right. And like I said, it is the showcase of your business. All right. So,
Yes.
we go to I mean, come on, we've been to open houses together and you walk in, the agent's sitting there. Maybe they have you sign in, maybe they don't. Maybe they kind of walk you through and give you a little bit of a tour of the property. We want to do so much more than that because the work we put into this is going to directly translate to getting more buyers and more sellers a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's
Yeah. So
dive in.
with that, log into your account. If you're watching the recording, go ahead and pause this as needed as we go through. I do want to take a lot of questions. So people, Yi, can you see the questions?
No.
You can't. Okay.
It's,
I'll have to figure out how to make sure that you can see those questions next time.
well, for those of you who are on the call right now, can you just put in the chat box how many open houses you've done so far
Mm.
this past month, and how did it go?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nelson says they do open houses every weekend. So Nelson, I'd love to get your feedback on this either while we're on the call today or a little bit later. And I really think you're going to love what we're going to talk about here. So let's log into Listings to Leads. And if you're not a client, you can sign up for a free trial because everything we're going to talk about today can be done in a free trial. And if you are a client, you're going to want to share your affiliate link with people that you know. So I'm going to go to listings and yeah, right. So Cindy says, 2, got a buyer and under contract within a week for another. That's awesome. Cindy, great
Oh,
job.
so good.
Yeah,
She is so Cindy, you're amazing because you are on our training every single time. So I'm glad you are seeing results. We're so happy for you. Just
that's
keep up
awesome.
the work.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So let's talk about the open house first of all. So, if it's your listing, uh, that's great. But if you don't have a listing, or maybe you've got a listing where you've done the open house 2 or 3 times already, and there's only so many times I can do the same listing for an open house. So think about borrowing a listing from another agent that you can hold open. The way they did their open house, probably, and the way you're going to do it will be so dramatically different that it's worth it. So even if they've done an open house, see if you can find another listing that's in a good area, that's in a good price point. All right, not too far out, not too expensive, not too low price. So we want to get a good sales area for you for your business, whatever that means, and then a good price point as well. We don't want it to be in a condo building necessarily where it might be hard to get to or in a gated community with security. We want something that's going to be easily accessible by the most people possible. With that, if you need to add a listing to your account, so maybe you're going to borrow or it's not in your account yet, you can go to add listing and grab and just add the zip code and the MLS ID number. Uncheck this is my listing and click grab, and we will pull that listing in for you. So Nelson, I know you're on a team. So if you've got agents on your team that don't have a listing, encourage them to find another listing from somebody for them to hold it open. Because like I said, it could have been another team member, it could have been another agent in the company. The way your agents are going to do it or the way you're going to do it, following this training is going to just set you apart from everybody else. And I don't always expect everybody to get this 100% the first time you try it. That could be kind of hard. So just try to get a little bit better every single time. And within a couple of efforts, within a couple of open houses, you're going to start seeing the fact that, hey, you know what, this is a lot easier. And the feedback that you're going to get from people coming through is going to just make you even more excited to do this at an even higher level. So we got the listing in your account. If you need help with that, go with our support team. Our support team will be more than happy to help you out, try to get that listing in there for you. And once the listing is in your account, go ahead. And if you need to set the open house, you will see in the far right, add open house. Click it, add the date, time. You can add multiple if you want to. And then I'm going to close that out because I've already got the open house for Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. And we're going to go through the open house marketing first. So we're going to go through all the different ways that you can market this open house. I got a couple of links beyond this that I'm going to share with you here as we start working our way down this list. We've got the step-by-step guide. So if I click learn more, that is going to take me to where this is a write-up as if we were sitting next to each other. So I think this is a great resource for people. And I recommend if you can take 10 to 15 minutes and read this. We go through the pre-open house. I talk about the open house sign-in form. There's little videos here of people talking about different aspects of it. And one of the things, and I'm going to come back to this later, is how to use social media, some free ways of using social media, stories, reels, TikToks, YouTube shorts, and promoting that open house for free. So there's more things beyond what is even in listings to leads, but we got all the training for that, and I'll share all of that with you. The first thing we're going to do is the Facebook and Instagram ad. This will pull a lot of people to the open house. And remember, a lot of the buyers have a home, and a lot of those people are going to want to sell that home. So this ad is not just for buyer leads. This is for both buyer and seller leads typically.
We heard this again, is you get buyers from, because they always buy first before they sell. A lot of them have listings.
Yep, exactly. So just confirm your location, right? We got the special housing ad category. We got a lifetime budget of $35. Now that is way too low. At a minimum, you're going to want to do 50. And if it's your only open house this week, and if this is the listing that you're going to market, I'm telling you, I would go to $100 because again, this is a showcase. We are going to have the ability to meet with buyers and sellers and homeowners face to face. And so I got people that spend $200 to $300 on an ad per week. And so I would do a minimum of $100 because you got to figure your time is worth a couple of $100 an hour minimum, if not more. If you don't value your time at least $200 to $300 an hour, you need to. And so with that said, I want more bodies. All right. I want more people at the open house, and I want more people to see the open house, to generate leads. So I'm going to do $100. Now the ad's going to go for 1 week, and I don't need it to go to the 9th, because if my open house is Sunday or Saturday, I could use this and just say, end it on Saturday. And I can say, end it at Saturday at 4, say 3:20. Maybe the open house is 1 to 4. Have the ad in during the open house, or maybe at the very end of it.
Right.
We've got more training on how to do the ad and a lot of things with that that I'll give you access to here a little bit later in this call. But if you go to listingstoleads.com/blog, there's a great post if you're struggling with Facebook ads. And it's a great call I did with a client where he multiple closings within 10 weeks and how he's doing his ads, the budgets he's doing. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. So this will be a Facebook lead ad. I'm going to capture a name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame with every lead. We're done. We're good to go with the ad. Next up is a social media post. Just let that should have already auto posted. Now, when I set my open house, the auto post will happen automatically. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and Google My Business. So make sure you got all of that connected. If you're missing something, click Connect Social Accounts. And if you want to click Post Now, you can post right now. And I'll just show you what a previous ad looks like. And Nelson, we go into the yard signs. I promise you. We're going to get to yard signs. We're going to get to all of this stuff. So when people see a social, go ahead, you.
I think you should mention real quickly for when you run Facebook ads in listings to leads, it has to be your Facebook account with your credit card. So it charges directly to your credit card.
Yeah, and if you didn't realize that, definitely. So when you set up your account, you're going to connect your personal account, and then you'll select the business or the community page you want it to post to. And yeah, that'll be your credit card that gets charged. We don't take anything off the top like some other companies do. There are companies that literally take a percentage of the budget as a service fee. We don't do that. So that $100 or the $50 that you're spending, will go to the ad itself. So we're not taking anything off the top, but that will be your credit card that gets charged.
Yeah.
All right. So the social media post. So this right here, this is gold if you're the listing agent. Now, if you're not the listing agent, if you're borrowing the listing, this is not available to you. But this is going to show, this will allow the homeowner, the seller, to put it up on their Facebook page so that all their friends and family see it. I'm telling you, we got people that have gotten listings from this for free. They get buyers from it for free. There's absolutely zero reason why you wouldn't do this. I don't care if your seller is 95 years old and they got 2 friends on Facebook. It doesn't matter. You're going to want to do this, and just do it for every single listing. All right. Do it for every single listing, but in particular for that open house, because I want the family, I want the friends, everyone they know to know that we're doing an open house, that we go above and we don't just put it in the MLS. We don't just throw a sign in the yard. And if they come to the open house, they're going to see, and they're going to go back to the homeowner. They're going to tell that homeowner, my God, Scott Pierce was amazing at your property. He showed your property so well, right? Had great engagement with so many people that it's going to be a good thing. So what you do, click the green send a seller button, the seller's email address, add it right there if it's not there already. Seller salutation, put that there, click send. And then that's going to send the seller an email. It's going to come from your email address. You're going to be CC'd. And what it will send them is where they can just copy and paste this into their Facebook page. So the email is a great looking email. It's got a picture of the ad or the post in the email. So they're going to see how great it looks. And when they put it on their Facebook page, everyone's going to click through and get right to the single property website. Now, what I want you to do after that email goes out, I'll come back to that in a minute. After you send this email, there's one more for the seller, and I want you to share this one. So this is the e-flyer. And again, click the green send a seller button. Their email should be there. The salutation should be there. Just click send. And then you're going to call the seller up. You will be CC'd, so you'll know when they get it. It's going to come from your email address. So they're going to think you sent it to them. All right, Nelson, and I want to do like this. So I would say, hey, Nelson, Scott here. We got the open house coming up this weekend. We got the Facebook ad out, should be live here in a few minutes. We got the social media postings up. It's on Zillow, it's on Trulia. All right, so we're going to have a phenomenal open house. I got a lot of other great marketing that I'm doing, but I sent you something to put up on your Facebook page and to share via email, because in this crazy market, we want to get as many people to that open house as possible. And so if you can share that, if you can put that on your Facebook page and share the email with people that you know, that will help us get even more people to your open house, because your friends and family and colleagues are going to know people that are looking to buy. And so we want to make sure they know about your listing. Not everyone's looking on Zillow every day. Not everyone is looking at those listing alerts. And so if somebody can get an email from a friend, that is just even better. That is way better than a cold listing alert email or something they saw on Zillow, because now it is your marketing, your branding that they're seeing from a friend that they know. So we want to make sure these two tools go out, both the share on seller social media here and the e-flyer for the seller sphere of influence. And just like that social media post, when people click the e-flyer, it's going to go right to the single property website, all of your branding, right? I mean, what a great way to start off my relationship with people that I don't even know. And it's for free, right? Absolutely beautiful.
Instant verification.
Yeah. Oh, I just closed out my account. Let's log back in again. Let's click on listings. All right. And I will scroll back down to my open house.
Can
There we
you
go.
explain to people when they should do this marketing? Like,
You
I
know
work
what?
on Sunday.
I'm going to put, thank you for that question. I'm going to put this link. I put together your weekly open house marketing. I'm dropping this right into StreamYard. So you should see that right there. It's coming up. It's on YouTube. It's on StreamYard. It's now on Facebook. And what this is now, everything in here is what we're covering. But I think this is a fantastic little roadmap for you every day of the week. All right. Monday, that's today. We want to do the Facebook ad, the social media post, the send it to the sellers, send the 2 tools to the seller, do an Instagram story reel TikTok. There's 5 of them we're going to do, and get that sign writer done. So absolutely perfect timing. Look at you. So let's do this. Let's actually go on to talking about the Instagram reel and story. All right. So at this post here, Instagram stories, open house campaign for free leads and engagement. I'm going to drop this in because there's a special way. In fact, somebody came into the mastermind group the other day and he literally asked, he goes, how do I include a link to a PDF guide in my Instagram stories or my TikTok so that my videos can actually link out to a different landing page? And so I got the training right on this page right here. And it's also on the open house guide that we looked at earlier. And so if you look at here, check this out. Use Instagram stories with polls, links to generate and engage leads. I got some great examples up on Instagram, also on TikTok and YouTube. It's free, it's simple, and it works. All right. And so if I scroll down, 5 stories in 5 days. So that can be 5 reels, 5 stories, 5 TikToks. The thing I post in one, you can take that video or that image, whatever you're going to use. You can use both. You can use an image, you can use a video, and I'll show you examples of both actually, and then pair it up. And I've got it all laid out for you. So Monday today, I want you to start with the front of the house. All right. So I want you to get either a picture or a little video clip. I don't want a tour. This is to tease people. This is get people excited, get them interested in what we're doing. And so we want to be able to drip it out over the entire week. And so you're going to be able to see here, I can click this. Check this out. So I can't click to a specific sort. Here we go. Open house in Folsom. And there's music playing in the background, but I got a link. See the full video, photos, details, and more. This is an Instagram story. So this is being seen by potentially hundreds and thousands of people for absolutely free on my Instagram page. I can do a TikTok with a similar fashion. I can't do a poll in a link on YouTube, but I would take the same video or the same image and the same text and put it on there as well. But check that out. See how it said visit link? So right from my Instagram story,
Oh,
I'm linking people. Yeah. And then I got a poll. Can you see yourself living here? Yes, it's really nice. I prefer a different style. I need to sell my home. So people can interact with that poll. And when they do, you're going to be notified that somebody engaged with your story. All right. So it's a fantastic way to generate traffic, generate leads, and generate engagement from people for absolutely free. You're going to see Tuesday. In fact, let's do this. Let's actually go day by day. So let's go back into the account. So Tuesday, tomorrow, we're going to hit up our database. So we're going to send the e-flyer to our database, and then we're going to call through our database. We're going to call, I don't know how many people in your database. I don't know how much time you've got, but I want you to call 10 to 20 people. No commission breath, no pressure. All we're going to do is call our database and let them know we're having an open house this weekend. This would be great for your seller leads, your farm leads, homeowner leads, buyer leads, everybody in your farm, because of what it's also going to do is let people know that, hey, I'm an active agent. I am out there working. And if you're a homeowner thinking about selling, right, wouldn't you want someone like that to work with? So even if they're not thinking about selling or buying right now, they're likely going to be, or they may know somebody that is. So Tuesday, let's go back into the account. So Tuesday was what? The e-flyer for database. So right here, e-flyer for your database. Actually, I like this idea of doing it this way. Give me your feedback, everybody. Let me know what you think about this, because sometimes it's kind of hard to do all of it at once and stay motivated. So if we break it out into 5 days, it can be really easy.
Yeah.
So this
It won't
e-flyer.
take you too long every day.
I'm sorry?
it won't take you too long every day. You just do
Yeah.
you
Yep.
list of
Yeah,
5
because we're
homes.
all busy. We got like a million different things we're trying
Yeah,
to do. So if I can have 10 to 15-minute chunks and just get a few things done, and the way I laid it out for the whole week, it makes perfect sense. And you'll have enough time to get all of this done ahead of time as needed.
yeah,
So the e-flyer, we are pairing up an email and a call so that more people are going to click the e-flyer, and you're going to see here it's going to link to the single property website. So if I click the text up there, I click the slideshow, again, single property website. And just in case you didn't realize, this is not just another beautiful tool from Listings to Leads, right? It looks fabulous. I got a 3D tour. It's got a lot of lead capture. So not only do I have just a ton of content related to this property, I got my 100-point home marketing plan. I got that right in here. It's built in. It's all branded to you, your colors. So when you sign up for Listings to Leads or you activated your account and you went through the Get Started wizard, you set up your brand colors, your logo, even your fonts. So all of that's going to carry forward through all of this. Google Street View, seller lead capture. All right. We got more seller and buyer lead capture. So people can literally download the guides. So 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home, right? As we know, a lot of homeowners come through as a buyer lead. So they may have clicked on your Facebook ad. They may be a friend that clicked on the e-flyer from the seller. It could be somebody in your database clicking on the e-flyer that you sent to the database and they saw that PDF guide. And do they own a home? Yes. Do you need to sell? Yes. And we got the Facebook registration lead form. And so we're going to get a lot more engagement from our database.
right.
Now, before we send this, right below the information about the listing, we got this. When this home's sold, it will affect your home's value. People click here, they're going to go to the property valuation landing page where they can get a home value estimate. So thing that we're going to do, number one, we're going to send this out to our database. And then two, we're going to call through as many people as either that we can or that we have time for or as appropriate for our business. So I will send this out. I can click send now, select the list in Listings to Leads I want to send it to, and then send it. All right, so we got that sent. Alternatively, click copy code, and I'm going to send it through Follow Up Boss. So I'm going to navigate to whatever CRM I use. So you might KV Core, Lofty, Sierra Interactive, right? Wise Agent, whatever
Level,
you're using.
high level.
Yeah, high level as well. Navigate to where you're going to send out the email, right where you write up the email. And in Follow Up Boss, I click Insert HTML. Every CRM is going to be just a little bit different. I'm going to paste in what I copied. And it's the same thing. I preloaded it a little bit earlier, but this is new code, so you can see exactly how it looks right there. Right, beautiful slideshow, great graphic right there. My Listings to Leads signature at the bottom, and I'm just going to put a subject line and send it out to your database. Again, I would send this to all of my leads on my database, even if they're on another follow-up, even if they are a seller lead, a homeowner lead, a buyer lead. I don't care. I want everyone to see this because when I'm going to spend my time in the farm or in the neighborhood, I want to have an opportunity to meet you. You might just be driving around and you see that we're having the open house. You had the email, maybe you got a phone call. That will make you much more likely to stop by than not. And I want to increase the chances of meeting my leads as often as I can. The more I meet my leads, the more I talk to my leads, my contacts, the more likely it is I'm going to be doing business with them. So we send out the email, and now we're going to call. So now we want to call, right? Don't be rude. Don't be forgetful. Don't be forgotten. All right. We don't want to be forgotten.
Don't want be forgotten. Because when was the
Well, yeah.
last time you call your database? Most agents don't. I remember
Well,
there was this lady, she's like, "Oh, I watched one of your trainings and I sent an email to my like database." And she got 2 buyer leads. People
yeah.
just re-engage with her. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is
And you
perfect.
don't want to just hide behind an email or hide behind a
Yeah, you
text.
gotta call people.
We want to make that phone call because
Mhm.
now, again, hey, I'm doing this open house. This is a crazy market. And so I want to have the opportunity to let you know about this open house. And again, if they're thinking about selling, check this out. Here's a script. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna call you up and I'll say, "Hey, Cindy, Scott here at L2L Realty. Just want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way in Folsom on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I wanted to invite you. I sent you an email with a link to the property website with all the great information. If you didn't get it, let me know. I'll resend it to you if you like, or you can text 10001 to 25678, and it will get sent to you automatically right away. And then we're going to come down here, and they're either going to be one of three things. If there's a fourth, let me know. Either they're going to own a home in the area, in the farm, they're going to own a home not exactly in that area, and or they could even be both and or one of them and a buyer lead, or they could just be a renter and a potential buyer lead as well. So you've got three different ways that to end this. And let's assume they own a home, but just not in the farm area. So they may be a homeowner lead in your database. And so you would end the script with, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free CMAs for all of my clients and VIPs. I know you're not looking to sell right now, but I would love to do a free report for you. It'll just help me keep tabs on what's going on in the local market. Uh, is Scott at listingsleads.com. Would that be the best email to send that to? No harm, no foul, right? You don't get if you don't ask. So great script. If you were to call out of the blue with this, like you're not doing an open house and you were to call with that call to action right there, it's almost like,
Okay.
why are you
Really
calling?
awkward. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, right?
right.
So this is giving us a reason, and the ending of that script is almost like a Columbo, right? If any of you remember Columbo, the Columbo close, right? You get done talking, and as you're getting ready to leave, you turn around, say, oh, by the way, and then boom, I don't know if you're interested. And then if they do own a home, here's the version right here. When this home sells, it will affect the value of your home and others in the area. Would Scott at listingsleads.com be the best email to send that updated home value estimate to? Now, you may have their email already. That's totally fine. Just confirm it with them so that so they understand that you're going to sell it, that they're expecting it. Maybe they got a better email. Maybe they have another email. Maybe they've got a significant other that you want to include on the email that you might want to ask about, right? Would your wife want a copy of this, or would your husband want a copy of this? And get the other person involved as well. So great, great, great idea. So Cindy, let's go back to our daily. So Tuesday we did so tomorrow you're going to do the database and the database call script, or the email to the database and the database call. And then Instagram story number 2, it's the living room. So let me come here. Now I gave you all this link in the chat. If you are watching this on a recording, go to listingsleads.com/blog. You'll see this post. I think it's on page 1 right now. And I'll just tell you real quickly, you can search or look for, if you just type in Instagram stories open house, you'll find this post. And again, for Tuesday, no, not that one. Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry. So Tuesday was what was Tuesday? The kitchen.
The database.
No. I mean,
The Instagram stories.
the living room. So on
Yeah.
Tuesday, we got the living room. All right. So here I did kitchen, but that's all right. I can come down right there. Living room. So it's not perfect. It doesn't matter. You can do living room. You can do kitchen for day number 2. So the poll is going to be, how would you rate this? How would you use this space? So here's your poll. I give you all the poll. I tell you the link to use. You can do whatever you want, but I just give you a suggestion. I tell you where to find the link to that landing page. So in Listings to Leads, click PDF guides. You can use the search feature to search for that guide. Let's go back up and let's take a look at that now that we're thinking about it. So that's the front. That's the kitchen. And there's the living room. So now I did just a little video clip. And again, this is not a 2-minute video where I'm walking. No, it's just a quick little video of the living room. Let me pause it before it gets shut. And it says DM open for more details. Here's the link, free ultimate guide to buying a home download. I mean, how beautiful is that? Right from my Instagram stories. And then I got the poll right here. How would you use this space? Movie nights with family and friends, entertaining, hosting guests. I want to sell my home this year. So we got some things that are more for buyers, some questions that are more for sellers. Either way, absolutely free. And it's just giving you a lot more opportunity to engage people and really impress the heck out of that homeowner. Right, Cindy? Yeah, absolutely awesome. All right. So the daily tab is right there. So I'll remember to come back to that. So we did Monday was social media paid, get the stuff to the seller, get the sign writer down. Oh, sign writer. Let me show you something. Make sure, go to your MLS association, buy one of these. Let me bring up the picture. In fact, I've got a post. Let me see. Let me go to, because I want to make sure I show you this. If you go to listingsleads.com/open house, you're going to see this. And if you scroll all the way, almost all the way down, I got a sign writer right up right there. I want to make sure that all the neighbors know ahead of time that we're having an open house. And I got a QR code. I got the sign writer. So the text for more information, that should always be on my yard sign. It is criminal neglect. It is business malpractice to not have your yard sign looking like this. Every status should be on there. Coming soon, just listed, active for sale, open house, and pending. If you can do just sold, good for you, do just sold. But typically just sold, now the sign is down, but you can definitely do pending. So for this case here, yeah, we want that open house. It's a crime to not do that.
Yeah,
I
you know
mean,
how crazy that is? We've been to so many different open houses, and we were just driving through the neighborhoods this weekend. I've not seen
yeah,
one proper open house sign.
very few, very few.
Like,
But yeah,
it's a given. Exactly. And you gotta do it. It's not that hard.
the neighbors are some of our best leads if we can do it right. And so to be that secret agent and not let the neighbors know that, hey, we are having an open house. So there's a couple more things here. Open house writer. So the status writer on the top, the text for more information, you get that in your listings to leads account. I'll show you that in a second. I want you to also put listing flyers, get a flyer box and get some flyers on that yard sign. All right, get the open house flyers. They got a QR code, a text code to generate leads. And think about all these people walking by, driving by. They got their dog, early morning walk, evening walk, right there. People are driving and walking by all the time. And I want them to have as much access to my lead capture, my call to actions, my marketing, and my branding as possible, because they may not know the neighbor, right? Nowadays, sometimes, they may live around the corner and so they know the house. And so they're not going to knock on the door and, hey, can I have a tour? But when they see that you're having an open house on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m., even if they scan the QR code or send a text and they're already a lead, they will still likely come by the open house itself because they want to see it. They want to walk through it. And again, remember, what is an open house? It is a showcase for how we sell homes. So the more homeowners we can get to that open house, the more opportunity and the more listings that we're going to get. So let me go into the account real quickly and let me show you, since we're doing it by day and not in order, right here, sign writers. Now, again, this might be one of those things that you don't have time to get this done before this coming weekend. Totally fine. Get it ordered for the next weekend. Once you've got a sign writer, you can move it from open house to open house to open house. So it's not stuck to one listing. That extension, I can reassign it to another listing at any time. Whether I reassign it after the open house to another open house, or once the listing is sold, I reassign it to my next listing, however you want to do it. But once you've got the sign writer, you can keep it for as long as it's in good condition, just like the status writer. So get that.
I
If
don't
you're
think
not signed, go ahead.
real quickly, I don't think a lot of people realize you can reassign the extensions.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah, so it's an investment. It's an absolute investment. We got the listing flyer since we're talking about the yard sign, and we did a survey a couple of years ago, and half the people surveyed could attribute buyers and sellers from the yard sign. Uh,
Mm,
yeah. So not only do you want the flyers, we got a number of different templates. Not only do you want to have this obviously at the open house, but you want it on the yard sign. And I'll tell you, when you're in a listing appointment, this is one of those things I would talk about, right? All the great digital marketing, the Instagrams, the TikToks, the YouTubes, all of that, high tech digital stuff that you're going to be doing.
mhm.
But then don't forget about the old school paper, the old school sign writer. It matters. It absolutely matters. And so here we go. I got the listing flyer. We got a QR code. I got my URL. I got the text code. So they could scan the QR code, send a text, type in the URL, whatever it is. I got multiple call to actions and multiple ways for them to engage with me. It looks beautiful. I got my great photos, all my branding. This will be your colors. You might be with Century 21, Colo Banker, Color, whoever you're with. This will be your branding, your logo, your picture, and it's going to make you look awesome.
I
And
wonder
so,
if all you guys go back, notice something very interesting on a URL.
oh no, now what? Am I in trouble?
No, because we have this vanity URL, the best listing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Please.
cool.
You know what? Great call. Great call. In fact, I had clients that tell me when they use the listing presentation, right, the PDF or the flip book,
Mhm,
that they always really make sure that they highlight that because when the homeowner sees that URL, now you can buy your custom domain and use that instead if you want to. You can even use your website domain. But with that URL right there, sellers absolutely love
love
it.
yeah.
Right. We got world's best listing, America's best listing, the best listing, and we'll put the address in the front and then the URL afterwards. It's fabulous. Yeah. So we want this at the open house. Obviously, when the open house, we're going to have the listing flyer there, and we want people to be able to get it there, but also get it on the yard sign. All right. Just get it. And I'm going to show you, we got links to where you can order stuff if you need to on Amazon, or your MLS association may have these kind of tools for you as well. All right. So we are up to Wednesday. Oh, it's an easy day.
Mhm.
So we'll
It does
talk
sound
Wednesday
real
and
great.
Thursday. All right. So Instagram. So we're talking about the kitchen. So here's my Instagram tab. And there's kitchen right there. So I got a story number 2. Again, it doesn't matter. But I got the poll for you. And I do have a training video for this. In fact, the video right above this page right here will walk you through how to do a poll and a link. But so I give you a sample poll that you can use or use whatever you want. And I got a link, 6 things to check before buying a home. So let's go to Instagram and let's navigate to kitchen right there. Let me pause it real quick. So we got the link. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. Right? Like every story, all of this is now lead capture. You can
Mhm.
control the lead form, right? People put in their information, they download the guide. You get the lead, the guide is all branded to you. You could literally sign up right now or get an account assigned to you. And when you go through the get started wizard, even if you've never set eyes on that guide, it is branded to you with your colors, your logo, your picture, everything. Nothing else you need to do. It's all ready for you. All you need to do is just start using it. All right.
I love
So
it. Every poll you do on these Insta stories, you have, "I need to sell the home." I love it. That's how I do the lead
Yeah.
capture. And it's a great question to have, right?
Yeah. 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 Cindy,
Yeah.
Cindy, actually, great question. I like that question. Uh, I have had people tell me that they only have one, and that if you want uh, the flyer, you need to use the sign-in form, or we're gonna get to the sign-in form a little bit later. That you got to use the sign-in form to get the flyer sent to you, and that we do that to save paper. So, which whatever. Do what you want to do. So what I would do is I would keep the listing flyers on the yard sign, but as I go into the open house, like I'm actually going now into the open house, I would take the flyers out, put one on the table, and then I got the sign in form that we're going to go through. And this is from a client. I thought it was a good idea. And she says, we don't have any listing flyers because it's just a lot of paper and people just throw them away. So when you sign in to the open house, because the seller has asked everyone to sign in for security reasons. And so thank you for doing that. You will be emailed a link to the property website where we got all the great information, including the photos, the videos, the 3D, right? Whatever you got at the property website. Cindy, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And then Thursday, nearby homeowner letter. All right. So nearby homeowner letter, we're going to go here. Now this is right up here, nearby homeowner letter. There's 3 versions. This right here, I want you to be thinking about this as an invite to the neighbors. Now, if you do a neighborhood preview, we're going to talk a little bit about that later. My God, look, it's already 5:46. This is the fastest hour in real estate. I swear. I feel like I've been talking for 5 minutes.
People are going to ask, I'm having my Sunday open house and I'm doing this on Thursday. Why? Because you're going to door knock with it.
Yes, exactly right. Now, if you wanted to mail it, well, mail it today or tomorrow, right? Tuesday is probably fine. Get it there by Thursday or Friday. I want a door knock. And I've done that before with clients. Door knock this, because when you knock on the door, right? Knock, 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 take a few steps back. They're going to open the door. And if they don't, get a little bag, right? They're called chicken bags, I guess. That's what Brian Matheson said. So get a chicken bag, and that way you can put it on the door handle. All right. I'll show you Amazon, $10 for 100. But I'm going to invite the neighbor. So if somebody does answer, I'm just going to say, we got a script right at listingsoleads.com/open house. We got a script right there.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, hey, Nelson, my name, or I don't know your name typically, but I would say, hey, my name is Scott Pierce with the LDL Realty. We're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way. It's just right around the corner, Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I wanted to personally invite you to the open house. It's going to be catered. We're going to have some food and drinks. And I would love to have you there. It's not a big thing. Now, when I've done this with clients before, you're going to know, and because then they might ask you, oh, is that the house? And da, 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 and oh, and they may even say, we're thinking about selling, right? So you got to start the conversation, just like calling in through your database. I can't just call on my database and say, hey, home values are changing. Can I send you a home value estimate out of the blue? It sounds a little bit weird. But when I call and I say, hey, we're having an open house, I sent you an e-flyer. And oh, by the way, when that property sells, your home value is going to change. Now that makes perfect sense. Now it's in context. And the same thing here with the nearby homeowner letter. And here's the thing. I want you to look up the expireds, the cancels, the withdrawns, and the FSBOs, even if they're not exactly part of that 100 around the property. And I want you to invite them too. I want you to invite all the expireds, especially the new ones and the old ones. So if you got access, you could look up Zillow, you could use your title officer, you could look in the MLS, right? But find those expireds. If you can find 20 or 30 expireds, just get a list, print up 20 or 30 extra, and make sure to knock on those doors. These are people that either want to sell or are selling. And if I can get an expired homeowner to come through my open house, the way we're going to do it with Listings to Leads, I'm going to get more listings out of it. So this is not just about real estate marketing. It's about how do we do an open house so that we get more people. And I'm going to give you that training here in a little bit. We'll have a little bit of time to go through it, but we got an entire presentation on how to do the open house, which I will give you. It's in your Listings to Leads account. But yes, use this letter. Now, some people,
Can I add
if
something
we're
real quick before we forget? So
mm,
you can customize this letter specifically if you want to mention the preview for the neighbors.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Just click on edit. You can say, we'll let you know we're having a neighbors only preview open house. And it's going to say Sunday 1 to 4, but just by default. But you can say on Friday from
4 to 6.
4 to 6. And
Mhm.
now I'm going to do the 100 homeowners around that open house. I want to door knock because the faster they get comfortable with my ugly face and my voice, the more likely it is I'm going to be doing business with them, everything else being equal. So the more I can put myself with context, with a reason, right, with a good script and a call to action and a great way for them to reach out to me, the more listings I'm going to get and the more likely they are to actually show up to the
Yeah.
open house. Now I can mail the just sold, no problem. Right now, if I want to door knock that, I can. But mailing the just sold, mailing the just listed, mailing the coming soon, mailing out the pending, that's all fine. But for the open house, I do want to door knock it. And again, find the expireds, find the FISBOs, find the canceled in that area, and let's make sure that we invite them too, because I want them to see I don't just talk about being different. I am different.
Good call. Good call. Yep.
I, I am different. No, we do have postcards and door hangers, but that's not really relevant for an open house
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, door hangers can take about a week to get mailed. So the lead time on a door hanger is usually pretty long. But hey, we got them. We've also got the circle prospecting script. So if you pulled a list, you ran it against the DNC, uh, you can actually call them up as well if you want to. So you got that as well. So that is for our farm and circle prospecting. Any questions on that? Nelson, any comments on that or anybody else? If we go back to our daily, right? Friday, we're going to do Instagram story reel TikTok of the backyard. So let's go back to the Instagram post. Let's scroll down to we have story number 4. So that would be Thursday, the primary bedroom, or whatever, right? The bedroom may not always be the best room in the house, but find another part of the house to highlight for Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to do the backyard or outdoor area. Man, if they got a grill, even better. So here's your poll. How do you feel about this backyard? Barbecue and chill vibes. I'll add a pool or garden, or love the pool, right? Whatever. Just take this and make it appropriate for your listing. And again, the third option in the poll is going to be, I need to sell my home. And then we're going to link to the down payment assistance PDF guide. So I closed out the Instagram. Let me scroll back up. I will click right here. And again, there's the front of the house. Here's the kitchen, the front of the house. And I don't have one for the backyard. We'll pretend this is the backyard. So we've already talked through the links, single property website, landing pages, what have you. We got the poll, right? As we talked about from that post. So get your poll in there. Now I can do a poll here to show you, but when you're actually on the phone, so grab that link on your phone a little bit later. And when you go to the Instagram, you can actually interact with that poll and you'll see how cool it is. I promise I won't bother you. I will leave you alone. And let's see. Yep. All right. So we're good on this. And I gave this link already. Again, listingstoleads.com/blog, and just find Instagram stories for open houses. And I think we got through everything here so far. We did the ads, the posts, the farm circle prospecting. We did the seller stuff. We did the
Postscript.
nearby home, open house sign-in form.
Ah,
So at the open house, I want to have the open house sign-in form so that people can sign in, right? Remember we talked about Cindy? Great question right there, right? Do I take 10 flyers, 20 flyers? You can. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you options of what other people have done. And I'm going to click view. You can actually customize these questions at the account level. So Nelson, you got a team account. You could actually customize those questions at the team account, push them to your agents, and or the agents can do it at the account level so that every open house they do has custom questions. People can scan the QR code or tap. Right. And again, these are all customizable. I don't have a really cool thing here. I want you to check this out. When they fill this out, they are going to get the free guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So you're going to see in the open house mastery training that I'm going to direct you to here in a few minutes that I gave you a little bit of a script that just talks about, hey, thank you for coming to the open house. The seller has asked that everybody sign in for security purposes. Thank you so much. And oh, by the way, you are also, in addition to getting all the information about the property sent to you, you're also going to get my free guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. Beautiful. People, name, email, phone number, right? Again, customizable, click submit. They're going to get an email. It'll have an image of the property, and then it will have the image where they can download the guide right from the email. No landing page, because it'll know who that was, right? It's all part of the same funnel. So they will be able to download the guide right at the open house.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, we got paper version. There's a QR code if you want that as well. Now, there's a lot that we did not cover. We could be here.
100,
pardon me?
100-point plus marketing plan.
Yeah. You know what? So remember, we talked about an open house. It is not an open house. It is a showcase for how you sell homes.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you think about that. The buyers that come through there are going to be awesome, but we're going to get a lot of homeowners. So a couple of bonus things I want you to be doing. Print up your listing presentation. Print up your 100-point home marketing plan and have that just laying around, whether it's the one from your account or for a particular listing, or maybe for that particular home. So that way, and it could also be the flip book. So whether you have the flip book up on a laptop or an iPad, so you could flip through it if a neighbor comes through, then you start talking. You got the PDF version right here that you can print up and bind. So have that available, because again, we're going to be getting homeowners coming through. Some of these buyer leads are going to have a home to sell. And if I got this laying on my kitchen countertop or on the dining room table, that's just more stuff for them to start looking at, and stuff for me to be able to say, oh, do you own a home in the area, or do you own a home somewhere? And they're like, yeah, we own a home, in the next neighborhood over. Oh, that's great. Yeah, please take a look at my marketing plan. This is just part of what I do to get homes sold. If you have any questions, let me know, and you can have a great conversation.
This is where we recommend Boca's buyer heat binder.
I'm sorry?
The heat binder.
Oh, yeah. For $57. Brian Matheson.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon for $57. You can order a thermal heat binder and actually print up in fact, let me show you where that is. Now what I like to do, let me show you first. If I go to listing presentation, Nelson, that one isn't a binder. I'm not crazy about it, but here, let me just show you a little bit more if you can see that. This is just Home Depot. And so it's on a 3-ring, right? You see how it's on a 3-ring binder? In fact, here, I'll show you. So click listing presentation in your account, go to property marketing plan. And then this is home selling process outline. That is this right here on the right-hand side, fully editable. So I can edit that, all branded, everything is right there. Cindy, I did. It's actually downstairs. I could run and get it if you want me to. I don't mind. Then I also got how to prepare your home for sale. And I got that on the back, although I don't have the cover sheet. So that's on the back folder pocket. And then in the binder itself, I just got the plan. So it's 26 pages plus the process outline, plus the guide right here available. It's like 32 pages. Cindy, do I like that? I didn't care for the default cover binders it gave me. So it gave me the stuff it comes
Awesome.
with. So what
Yeah.
I want to get heavier paper. I want to get like 100 weight paper or something. I want to get heavier paper for the cover and the back. And I'm going to try it again, almost like postcard stock. Does that make sense? So, the paper on the inside is totally fine, but I want a little bit more like a book cover. So I'm going to try it again
Yeah.
that way. And I think it'll be nicer, but it's you know what? It is absolutely acceptable for what it is. But I'll try it again and then I'll report back to everybody.
Yeah. We're gonna experiment and then we're gonna report back
Right.
what works.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And here, I want you to, all the PDF guides, have some of these laying around, not laying around, sitting around. I have got, and again, once you got these printed up, just leave them in your open house kit, right? So this one here, can you read that? There you
Yeah.
go.
Only 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home.
So imagine that's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Imagine this one in the living room.
25 factors that impact your home value. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a QR code so people can scan the QR code. So I can have these laying, or not like I keep saying laying around. Then I've got a couple for buyers, right? I've got a
Strategically
couple,
positioned.
yeah. And so now I got more engagement points. Now people, even if they don't scan it, it might be a conversation point. They might, maybe they go into the kitchen, they pick it up and they're looking at it. And then that's a conversation point. Oh, I got down payment assistance, right? Maybe they just pick it up and they don't scan, but that's a conversation point. Oh, is down payment assistance something that you're thinking about when you buy a home? Yeah, I don't know if I'll qualify. Da, da, da. Well, you know what I can do is I got a great lender, fabulous down payment assistance programs. Actually helped one of my buyers last year qualify for down payment assistance. They got a beautiful property that they may not have qualified for, and it really helps with the down payment and everything. Let me get your information. I'll get it over to her, and then she can get a hold of you and see what they can do for you. Right? Just more conversation, more value, more
Great.
help.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
So open
question.
house mastery. Now, remember I said this is a showcase. Now we got 2 minutes left here. I want you to later come click on the marketing calendar. This is going to walk you through, click on presentations, and then open house mastery right here. Open house mastery. We got a presentation. We've got a PDF guide that will have links to like flags, acrylic holders. It's got links to all the things I talk about in here. And then there's a keep yourself organized checklist, because there's a lot to doing an open house, to where it's a showcase for our business, to where it is a lead generation machine, not just an open house. And if you click present, if you're a team leader, a broker, a lender, this is amazing lunch and learn type stuff. This is amazing training to do. As a broker, go through here once on your own. It'll be very obvious what's going on here. And I think you'll absolutely love it. And your agents will absolutely love the feedback, the response, the engagement, the business that they get from this. This is not just another open house. All right. So we'll be here for another hour if we go through this. But again, in your account, click marketing calendar, presentations, and then open house mastery right there. All right. Anything else I can share with everybody? Nelson, are you referring to the presentation? If you're referring to the presentation, again, go to marketing calendar. So right here, marketing calendar. I know there's so many tabs, and I don't want to add more tabs. So under marketing calendar, presentations, right there. And then this is real estate mastery, intro, and then open house. Yep. The guide is like 36 pages. The checklist, great little thing to print up. And then we got, of course, the presentation. And it's set up to where you can just bring this up on your screen in your training center and just click right through and have a great training. All right. And again, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't get, don't kill yourself trying to be perfect the first time out. You're not going to be perfect. No matter what you do, you won't be perfect the first time through. But just be conscious, be aware, right? Be deliberate about what you're doing and have that in mind. Or if you just think this through of that, all right, yeah, it's an open house. And I tell you, we got clients that, my gosh, I've had more than a few clients tell us that from the marketing that they did, they got a phenomenal open house, right? People coming through and everything. And they got the property sold from that open house where they
Wow.
normally don't. Like they literally get offers from people that came through the open house. So next time somebody tells you open houses don't sell properties,
They
well,
do.
yeah, they totally can.
It's like you are doing a mini listing presentation as you walk through the house.
Well, I think for a buyer, you just feel more comfortable with someone that is engaged, that has value. Every 30 seconds, right, there's something else of value that you can impart on them. And if you're a homeowner, I'm telling you, man, that's where this really shines, because when a homeowner comes through an open house where you've got this laid out, like what we talk about in here, talked about what we talked about already, I'm telling you, those neighbors. That's why I want those expireds there. I want those FISBOs there. I want all those cancels there. All right. I want all those people there, because when they see how I do an open house, they're probably going to look at their last agent and go, what the hell was he doing? All right. What was how did I pick that other person? Right. Why wasn't I with you all this time?
Right.
Nelson, does that make sense? You got it? Nelson, are you high energy? So, right. But Nelson, you get it, right?
Are you going to have a separate training on conducting open house?
You know what? We do have a training on this. If you go to, I'll put it in the mastermind group. So get into the mastermind group and I'll post where we did that one training. So if you want to watch me go through this presentation, but to be honest, you're going to I would just go through this and then get into the mastermind group. 100%. I want you to ask me questions in the mastermind group. I can record little videos. I can reply to you specifically. So go through this and then get with me on some questions in the mastermind group. We'll make sure that you got this dialed in so that you're getting buyers and listings from your open house. And again, if this is your first time with this methodology, with this blueprint, just do the best you can. But what you want to do is every single week, you want to be at least doing one open house, because that's the only way you're going to get better. If you do an open house in June, then one at the end of June, and one in mid-July, and then one at the end of August, don't even bother. Just don't even bother. You want to be doing this every week or every 2 weeks at most. And it doesn't have to be Saturday or Sunday. You can do a Friday. You can totally do a Friday open house, a Saturday, a Sunday. Absolutely.
Yeah, so for those who are having an open house this weekend, you should go home. If you can't do the daily task today, you should start doing tomorrow.
Yeah. And just like I said, you saw the breakout. I gave you the link again. I'm going to show you where it's at listingstoleads.com/blog. So right here, listingstoleads.com/blog. And here's the daily open house marketing and mastery calendar for buyers and sellers. So if you're watching this on a recording a couple of weeks from now, a month from now, you know where to and how to find it. And then this is a phenomenal one, struggling with Facebook ads. And then this is a phenomenal one for pending listings and how to get more out of it. But the one that we were referring to a little earlier, Instagram stories for open houses. All right. Absolutely.
People, just don't overthink, don't overthink it. Just do it. We have all the checklists. We have every day what you need to do. So just go do it.
All right, everybody, listen.
Right?
If you make sure to share the video with people, get into the account, use your affiliate link. You pay 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. So you can use this, and you can be an agent, refer a broker. refer a team, refer a lender. You could be a lender, refer a broker, lenders referring lenders. So we got all sorts of affiliate programs for every single type of real estate person out there. You will see marketing invites. So we got an email that you can send to somebody, a social media post, a print flyer. So if you're doing a lunch and learn, and you want to use your affiliate link at the lunch and learn, maybe at your association, I know people have done that. That's actually why we created the marketing tools, because people were doing trainings and they wanted a way to be able to make a little bit of money. So take a look at that as well. If you have any questions, let us know. And with that, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Isabel. Excellent presentation. Thank you so much for your time. And we'll talk to you all later. Have a great one. And again, get to the mastermind group. If you need any help with anything, we'll talk to you there.
All right, everyone. Have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye.